This is Janata Television. Welcome to the show The View. I am Arun Dev Joshi. In The View, we seek views of different personalities in different issue and concern. The View is a weekly show telecasted every Sunday at Janata Television at this time. Every first Sunday of the English month, The View is telecasted in English. This week, we have with us Jessica Cox. Jessica Cox. She was born without arm. She is the world's first licensed armless pilot as well as the first armless black belt in American Taekwondo Association. She was born without arms due to a rare birth deficit. She is a Guinness World Record holder, being the first armless person in the world ever to have obtained a pilot's license. She received license in 2011. Jessica has made achievements with the feat that most people only have dreamed about. Now, she shares her story with the people around the world. Jessica is in Nepal these days to share her story to motivate people like her and other normal people as well. We are thankful to Jessica Cox to spare some time for us from her busy schedule. Now, let's begin the interview with Jessica and get motivated from her rare feat.
I remember that as a child, I always wanted to fly like Superwoman over my playground because I was so angry about how limited I was. When I was born, my mom was just devastated. You know, you envision your child to be perfect. 10 fingers, 10 toes. She didn't know, what kind of life could I lead?
I was depressed. I don't want any visitors. I closed the curtain and I said, no, let me be by myself to think over what did I do wrong.
My mom was going to take care of me for the rest of my life. I knew that it would be hard for her to let me go. As a child, everyone had something I didn't have, and I knew that people reacted to me different. Having prosthetic arms, people called me Hook or Robot Girl. I struck out against that to prove that I could be as independent as anyone.
6 years old, I put her in a dance.
I remember the teacher announcing that we were going to have our dance recital on stage in front of all our family and friends, and I didn't want any part of that. And I was so nervous, all I could do was look down at my tap shoes. And then came the time when there was a first round of applause.
She wanted to dance in the back row. She didn't know if she even wanted to be in the recital or not. And by showtime, she was ready to dance. And I've seen such a wonderful change in her.
My entire life, I'd never met anyone with the same condition as me, but I remember seeing a TV piece about a woman. Her name was Barbara Guerra, and she was a young mom. She had a baby, she was changing the baby's diaper, and after that, I was a different person. It's really incredible how one person can be that difference for someone.
Jessica Cox.
When was the last time you said, I can't? How many of you said, I can't today? And guess what are the two words that I've eliminated from my vocabulary? I can't. I write with my toes. I drive a car with my feet. I use nunchucks with my feet. And
Actually, in about a month, I'm getting married.
how many of you really believe that I fly an airplane without any arms?
Let me check how much we got in here.
That's good. It was 3 years of challenges, but because I had that drive and that desire, I knew that that was going to get me there. The first challenge I had in flight training, buckling up the harness. I actually stood up on the seat, buckled the harness first, loosened the straps, slipped in. Flying is the ultimate form of independence.
Cox. This week, 26-year-old Jessica Cox.
Jessica Cox is certified by the FAA to fly with her feet.
If I can fly an airplane, what is it that you can't do?
President Obama met with Jessica Cox at the White House and called her an inspiration.
I have met people as far as Africa. Just recently met someone born without arms, and many people in her community said she doesn't deserve to live. I'm not going to change everyone's mind on that, but I travel all over the world saying it's okay to be different. One of the girls actually that I was mentoring who was abandoned as an infant at an orphanage in Siberia doesn't think any of the guys are going to date her. I think it's going to be very important that she comes to the wedding, to see me in a dress and figuring out how to throw the bouquet and how to cut the cake with the long dress on. And for her to be able to witness that, I think, will change her in a way that my older mentor changed me.
We kind of relate because we both kind of have a hard life because I can't hear. And, well, I was pretty amazed by what she did. I don't know how she succeeds like that.
I can tell you today that if I was given the choice, I wouldn't want the arms because of the wonderful things I've been able to do. And not necessarily the things like flying a plane, but the lives that I've been able to touch.
You're welcome to Nepal.
Thank you.
It's your first time you have been to Nepal?
This is my first time, yes.
So how it has been, how you like Nepal?
It has been wonderful. Such a warm reception, and I'm just so honored to be here for Handicap International and the work that they do.
So you have heard about Nepal before?
I have heard, of course, of Mount Everest, and there's also an airport here, Lukla. It's the most dangerous airport in the world.
In the world, yes. Highest airport in the world as well.
Yes.
So you are the world's first licensed armless pilot. How it had been achieving this great feat?
It was a very tremendous feat for me when I set out to become a pilot, because no one had ever done this without arms before.
Yes.
And for me, it was conquering my own fear, which was being in an airplane. So there was a lot in order to be able to become a pilot. I had to conquer the fear of flying. I had to conquer many logistical challenges to be able to fly it with my feet.
How could you achieve it? And it was quite difficult. You thought about flying the airplane, and how could you achieve it?
Well, it took support from many instructors. It took 3 different instructors, 3 different airplanes, flight training all over the country of the United States, and many hours to be able to become a certified pilot.
Did they believe in you when you said, I will be flying the plane and I want to be a pilot?
They did believe in me, but there was some people that would think, oh, this is impossible. Even people who were close to me didn't think this was something that could be achieved. And it was so wonderful to be able to prove everybody wrong when I was able to do that.
So you have been a black belt in Taekwondo also?
Yes, I'm a black belt. I've been practicing Taekwondo since I was 10, and I'm a 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo.
So you got first black belt in 14, you were 14.
I was 14 years old when I first earned my black belt.
So quite a lot of achievement. You are
I've been fortunate, yes.
Inspiration for the people who are differently able.
I hope to be.
As being a differently able and being birthed as a rear birth deficit, like you didn't have both arms, how your life has been before you achieved so many feats?
Before my achievements, I felt very frustrated and angry about my difference, because it was hard being told that I couldn't do something. And as I started to accomplish things, it built confidence within me. And with each new accomplishment, I wanted to do more and more because I knew that it brought out a confident person. And for me, now it is a great privilege to be able to share that with the rest of the world. That people with disabilities can do great things if they're given the support.
You have been giving motivation talk worldwide. They said you have met more than 20 countries you have been so far.
Yes.
How it has been? How do people follow you, or how do they respect you, your achievements?
Many people are in disbelief until they meet me that this is all very possible. And I think that for them it seems like it's impossible. But I love the saying, impossible only means I'm possible.
So you do all your things with your feet?
I do everything, everything from brushing my teeth to eating to driving a car and to now flying an airplane.
You do typing as well with 24 words per minute?
I type with my toes, yes.
Yeah. You do all your typings by yourself?
Type with the keyboard on the floor, and I have my toes memorize the keys of the keyboard.
So when people see you doing such things, how do they react about you all doing all the things by your feet?
Well, people, when they see me, especially if they see me driving or doing something unexpected, they're quite shocked about how it's possible, and they're very inspired by the fact that I'm able to do that without arms. And it always draws a lot of attention from people and curiosity of how it's possible to do it.
Maybe you have heard about a Nepali writer called Jhamak Ghimire while you are here.
Yes.
She also
I would love
got
to
the
meet
highest literary prize over here in Nepal, writing a novel.
I heard about him actually just today, and I would love to meet him one day.
Yeah, she's not in Kathmandu. She's like a woman like you. So, and you are here to learn about the disabilities in Nepal, to understand about your harking. You are presenting the paper in a harking seminar in US.
Yes.
So what do you find over here? How disabled people are being treated, and how they are getting achieved like you have, like achievements you have achieved?
Well, I think that all around the world there is definitely a disparity with how people with disabilities are treated and the reality of their circumstances. Unfortunately, I don't always see a positive story. So I think it's important to continue to support people with disabilities because there's really no telling what they can achieve. They love to work, they're great workers, and they can accomplish great things if we're given the opportunity, but they have to have that.
How they would be supported, like you have been supported by different people for your achievement, and how do you think they should be supported over here by authorities and all other things?
Well, I had support ever since I was born, and because of that, I am who I am today. I had support going to school, being allowed to attend a school and get an education, and then I was able to do anything that I wanted to do from as early as I can remember. I did all sorts of activities, and I think the same needs to be true for people with disabilities anywhere in the world, as they need to have the opportunity and the support and the belief that they can do it.
Yeah, like you have said somewhere, like you wanted to be as independent as anybody else. So do the people with disabilities should think like that?
Yes, they need to believe that they can do it, but it also needs to be believed by other people around them, because I have been so fortunate to have people who told me when someone said you can't do it, they said don't listen to them, you can do it. So having that support from a community is critical.
During your stays in Nepal, your studies, what you have found over here, like the people who are disabled, they are believing themselves, or they are getting enough support over here?
I have been able to see this morning some of the work done by Handicap International. There were 2 young girls who lost their legs due to an earthquake, and now they have prosthetic legs. And I was able to see and speak with them, and they have dreams of becoming a teacher and a doctor. So it's incredible that they have hope now for their future. And I was also able to witness how transformative having a job and having work can be for someone with a disability. I met a woman who didn't have confidence, and because she was given the opportunity to work, it built her confidence, and now she was able to buy a motorcycle and is driving a motorcycle now around.
Without legs?
Without the use of strong legs, yes.
Okay, and about being the motivational speaker, what drive you to become a motivational speaker?
For me, I believe that people when they hear my story, they gain a lot of inspiration from it. They think, wow, how is that possible? And I thought, well, what better way than to create a job and a career of motivating people all around the world? And so now I've spoken in, like I said before, more than 20 countries.
Basically, what do you say when you give these motivational speeches to the people who are not so motivated? What do you really tell them?
I tell them the importance of believing in themselves. The critical words we all know, I can, and knowing that if they believe in the fact that they can do it, it will help them to conquer their challenges. But they cannot give up. They have to have desire and be fearless.
Disarm Your Limits, your book, you have an autobiography as well.
Yes.
It is also quite motivating. So, do you want to recall something of your life that inspire you a lot? Some incidents do you have in your life?
For me, it was a journey for me to be confident in who I am. And for many years, I wore prosthetic arms, but I was born without the arms. So for me, I learned at an early age that I didn't need them. But it was encouraged that I wear them for 11 years. But one day, after 11 years, I decided to give them up. And I had accepted my difference and the fact that I could do it.
What caused you to leave the arms?
I think I finally understood that this is who I am and that critical self-acceptance.
So any such incident that inspired you to believe that you can do something without arms?
Yes, I had many family and friends who would tell me that I could do it without the arms, yes.
Okay, Jessica, thank you. Thanks a lot for your time. You are quite busy over here.
Yes.
Thanks a lot for sparing some time for us. You're talking with Janata Television. Will inspire a lot of people who are differently able in Nepal.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm so privileged to be here on behalf of Handicap International and with the support of USAID Thrive project. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Jessica Cox for you. Isn't a great achievement even for a so-called normal people like us? Hope you all are motivated by the rare feat achieved by Jessica. This much for today in The View. Next day, we will meet again with a different personality. See you then. Bye for now.